Go on, dust your shoulders off. Hey, this is Pimps too. Go on, dust your shoulders off.
Okay. All right. Ready? Welcome back to our channel.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Dayahn.
And we are
Kings and Complaints.
Okay.
How y'all feeling? Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
I know, Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
So, definitely, we love y'all, all the mothers, godmothers, aunties, mother figures. You are seen, you are heard, you are appreciated.
Yes.
Thank you for all you do. So hopefully yesterday you got some rest, and you're ready to receive this good message of another wine and Waistbeads. Yes, wine and Waistbeads.
We remember the Waistbeads this time.
Yeah, I'm starting another one. So
I'm still working on the same one.
I'm gonna go small. Like I went big and now I'm gonna go small. So we're on episode 5.
Yes, episode 5. It's the block party. It was so good. Go Issa.
So who is proud of our girl Issa? Like this is her big break. Definitely, this is the first time we've seen Issa doing something she felt passionate about, doing something that spoke to her heart. Mm-hmm. Like all the other stuff she hated that she's done.
She was just going through the motions.
Yeah, she did Uber, she did we got y'all. We done seen everything.
The hands, we got y'all.
White hands.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, we definitely see our girl flourishing. So I'm definitely excited.
Yeah.
And just all that black excellence.
It was so good. It was so good. Oh my gosh, so many people showed up, and it seemed like it started off slow, but that's every event. I've never been to an event early where it was like, oh, it's packed up in here. That's just how it is. That's how it progresses. It was just the natural flow of it, and it was wonderful.
Yeah.
I was so proud of her. Loved Kelly this episode. Her British accent.
Oh my gosh, Kelly was amazing.
South Central Poppycock.
Poppycock. I too am from South Central Poppycock.
That was so good. I love
it. Yeah, Kelly was so much fun. So yeah, that whole block party was amazing.
It was amazing.
But now we finally figure out what happened to Molly and Issa. Were y'all just like freaking out when you were watching it? Like
I was like, what the heck?
This is what happened. I was so done for. Like I, in a million years,
crazy,
wouldn't expect that. But yeah, I think safe to say.
Let's start from the top. Okay, so let's talk about how it was Nathan. She was talking to Nathan.
Yeah, someone corrected us the other week, and we were like, "Oh, that was TSA Bay." It was definitely Nathan.
I couldn't even remember his name, to be honest with you.
I didn't either. I tried to tend to not remember the lames that come across my life. He was lame.
Such a lame.
He was such a lame.
But he came through this time, though.
He came through, but lames ain't lame every day. Sometimes a lame will come through. That does not mean you got to keep that lame around. He was lame for what he did. He disappeared, and now he want to pop back being the knight in shining armor, and I ain't with it. So thank you for your service, sir. But
thank you. Move along now.
You can totally go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
that, and then Condola, so happy that she's alive, and that's my girl still. But what was
she is not my girl. She is not my girl. You literally let's think about this.
Okay.
Because literally, last episode, it was 1 month before the block party. So you have not spoken to me in 1 month. Like, you left me hanging. So, just as a professional woman, I thought that was interesting that Condola dropped off the face of the earth.
She just went bye-bye
for a month for a professional relationship, because we're not friends. And after what you did to me, I don't know if we'll ever be friends.
I think they were friends. They were building a friendship.
But it wasn't solid. But it
was genuine. I hate that they had that genuine connection.
How genuine was it when she dropped off the face of the earth? Because Lawrence dumped her, or they dumped each other. I don't know.
So why do you think that she dropped off then? Why? What possessed her to feel like she had to isolate Issa?
Because I really feel like Condola isolated herself from Issa because women compete. And regardless if at the time Condola felt like she was winning with having this new relationship with Lawrence, if you think about the Thanksgiving scene, she said if Issa hadn't cheated, would you have still been with her? So that to me signaled you still felt like
that was a stupid question though. Of course I would have still been with her. I loved her. Like
I love her.
And that has nothing to do with
but
you.
But we don't see it that way. She looked at it like, well, that's my direct competition. And Lawrence, we didn't see Lawrence answer during that scene, so you know, we can only speculate what happened after.
We know
but like we as women compete. We compete. Unfortunately, we do. And we compete for the attention of men so much more than anything else. So when he didn't answer, she got her answer from the silence, and she just couldn't face Issa.
Yeah, that's what I think it was. She couldn't face her.
At the end of the day, I lost to you. I lost to you.
It already made their relationship awkward, and then it didn't work out. So it was like, damn, was it even worth it to have this relationship with Lawrence? And then it ended up ultimately ruining her relationship with Issa. So maybe they'll become friends again. I hope so. Although I felt like it was like a all right. I'm gonna head out.
I don't know. I'm like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me type of person.
Yeah.
And so, like, for me, like, we have a working relationship. We're not besties at this point.
Yeah.
We're cordial women.
Yeah.
Having a working relationship with each other.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, because, like, if you think about it, none of their interactions have been like, girl, let's meet up for coffee and shoot it.
It's all
like,
been around
it's been about business.
Party.
We've gone to this party together because we're scouting out somebody for the business. We're meeting and having lunch together because it's something about the block party. Yeah. So they don't have a friendship. So for me, I was just like, I don't trust you because you couldn't even pull it together for a professional relationship.
Well, okay. All right. So we were happy to know that Condola didn't die, but at least she came in and checked in with Spotify.
She died inside.
Sorry, Condola.
She died inside a little bit.
Okay, so let's talk about Molly and Andrew and how cute they are together.
They are super
Love their
cute.
chemistry is so...
They are super cute.
So cute.
And I will admit it, I was wrong about Andrew being a trash man. He is a really sweet man, really brings out the best of Molly. Because I feel like Molly... I don't know if y'all agree or disagree, but I feel like Molly has been straight trash this season. And I feel like Andrew brings out, or potentially could bring out, the better sides of her.
He does help mellow her out and help
her
keep a straight head. For sure.
Like, because definitely when she starts to, like, thinking crazy, like several times where he, like, wrangled her back in. Because, like, when she was getting ready for the block party, he was like, when she was like, I don't know what to wear. What do we wear to a block party with 75-degree weather and 10% of rain or whatever she was saying? Yeah. And he was like, the same thing we wear any other time.
We all need somebody to wrangle us in, though, right? We all have those moments, and we all need someone who's not like us to be like, calm down, okay?
Calm down.
Calm down.
My
calm
kids
down.
are watching Kids
Calm
Box.
down.
Calm down.
Oh my gosh. That was messed up. Okay. Calm down. Calm down.
Okay. Calm down.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. So they're at the block party together, and I love how they were just able to have that little couch where they were able to sit back and really just see everything unfolding.
See everything.
So Molly definitely didn't expect Issa to pull it off.
Oh, her comment, like she didn't want to go. So if I knew my best friend did not want to go to something I put my blood, sweat, and tears into, I would be hurt. But she didn't want to go, and then when she got there, like, she was chilling, but her man had to point out, like, wait, this is kind of dope. This is really nice. Yada, yada, yada. For her to admit, like, hey, this is nice. Me, like, I have really good friends. I hope my friends are my first on the front line cheerleaders. It took your man to point out that I did something good.
Yeah.
You couldn't even applaud me.
She wasn't trying to applaud her. She was waiting for her to fail.
Shoot.
Period. She was waiting.
I hated that. Like, so it's just like Molly has definitely shown a lot of her true colors.
Yeah.
And
unfortunately.
Yeah, she definitely has. She definitely
But is it her
has.
true colors? Because I always have to play devil's advocate with Molly because I feel like
she just the devil.
I feel like sometimes our emotions cause us to act out of character. So was it her true colors or was Molly just in her feelings?
I just feel like I don't feel like I don't feel like emotions take you out of character. I feel like emotions lowers your inhibition.
Emotions make me cry sometimes.
You pulled that song out of the archives. But I personally feel like emotions lowers your inhibitions. They do not change your character. they just lower your inhibition because you crying and you carrying on, and then you slip out like she did, like, oh, you ain't nothing. You always need somebody. Always using somebody. Her
she
emotions.
did say you're a user, and I was like, ooh. But their situation, that could be the scope that she's looking at Issa out of right now. Okay, but let's not go there yet.
Okay.
Let's also talk about just the block party in general. Like, what did you love about it? What did you think, like, what were the moments where you were like, okay, no, that was dope. Like, that's dope. Like, what did you love?
I just love that it was a creative space, and definitely seeing Issa flourish. I love seeing all the Black excellence. I also love the part where they just spoke on, you know, like at first it was just white people out there. So it was,
they think the self-harmers market. I was like, get your girl. She gets on my nerves. Oh my gosh.
I loved that part. Oh my gosh. So y'all, I was pulling from the wrong side, and I literally just took all the beads. They're right here. All of my beads just
okay.
All my beads just fell off my waist bead. So I gotta start over. Let me just start over with what I've already dropped onto the mat. So definitely, like, it spoke to gentrification, and I love how this season has been touching on cultural things that are happening. So definitely about the gentrification that's going on, because there was a lot of white people supporting at first, but then of course there became a mixed crowd later in the day. So,
and then all Black people at night.
All Black people at night. Well, that's typically how it is. Like, if you think about Taste of Cincinnati, if you're
white
from
folks
Cincinnati,
go to bed.
If you're from Cincinnati, if you go to Taste of Cincinnati in the afternoon, it's the whites. If you go in the middle, it's the mix. And if you go at night, it's all the blacks.
White people have a bedtime.
We don't have no bedtime. We trying to kick it. We like freaking vampires. We come in now.
Okay, if you happen to be of the Caucasian persuasion, drop in the comments and tell us why y'all always leaving the party early. We want to know. Don't we want to know? And then also, if you are of the Black persuasion, tell us why you don't know how to go in the house. We want to know, like, why? Like, why does that happen? That's definitely what happened here in Cincinnati.
I'm definitely like, all night long, all night, all night, all night, all night. Okay, anyway. Okay. I totally agree with all those things about the Black Party. I love just watching everything come together. I love how they had really displayed the different talents from the neighborhood. I thought that was a beautiful thing. Yeah, that was nice. That was really nice. And it was eclectic. And it was no drama, no shade. Beautiful. People were supporting everybody, and everybody was different. Like the little girls tap dancing, the old man doing the splits. They had to carry off the stage.
Yes. That was awesome.
I loved all of it. Just seeing Black people coming together. Sharing a creative space, no hate, all love.
Loved it.
It was great.
Let's talk about Tiffany and the baby. Is her husband's name Matthew? I was gonna call him Matthew. What's his name?
It can be Matthew today. Y'all know what we talking about.
Y'all, what's Tiffany's husband's name? Tell us what his name is. I've probably been watching. We've watched every episode. I don't know why I can't think of his name.
I don't pay attention to names. Like, I barely know Issa and Molly. Like, I have to remind myself about Kelly and Tiffany's name. Like, I don't learn names.
Okay, so that moment when the baby was crying, and I feel like I'm wondering if Tiffany is going through postpartum. What do you think?
Oh, ooh. Yeah. So it was. Yeah, because like even when it was talking about like she was out there having a drink, and her friend was like, "Aren't you breastfeeding? Or are you pumping and dumping?" She was like, "Oh, she won't latch or whatever. She won't take it."
Right.
Her loss. So yeah, she could have postpartum, but definitely just thinking. And I'm not a mother, but just seeing many of my best friends have babies. I think they've all had like their birth plan and how they expect it to go, and I'm gonna breastfeed and I'm gonna do that. But I've had like, one friend like could not breastfeed, the baby just would not latch. And I had another woman that we went to church with, her baby was allergic to her milk, and so she had to give it up. And so a lot of the things will say you just need to feed your baby. And I think in society, just talking about breastfeeding in general, I think a society that, yes, I believe breast is best. When I have children, I plan to breastfeed. But if for whatever reason my kid can't take my breast milk, I want my child to be fed.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people will look down on women like, aren't you breastfeeding? Like, why aren't you drinking? Like, her child is fed. Her child is happy. I don't think we should criticize women for not breastfeeding for one reason or another.
I think we should definitely encourage it just because breast is best.
I think so.
As somebody who nursed for 14 months and whose kid would not latch at the beginning, and I had to pump for 4 months before she ever latched, it is very hard. It's a hard feat. I also know that formula is expensive. So over here, breast is what it's going to be, okay?
But what if you got nipple disease?
Well, I don't have nipple disease. I'm talking about me. I mean, you do whatever works best for you.
I'm not criticizing a woman for not breastfeeding.
But I also wondered if they're trying to show, like, just a different way to mom. Because there is a lot of pressure in being a mom. There's a lot of pressure, especially when you're a new mom, you know, to be a certain way, to be like, oh, my baby, my baby, my baby. And really, it's not, that baby gonna grow up and leave you. So.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And definitely from a counseling perspective, you'll see these people, like, my parents got divorced when I was 19. Like, it took them 19 years to figure out they didn't like each other. They built a life around.
It does.
They built a life around their children. Like, you know, like, my friend's parents got divorced when we were like 23 years old, and I was like, what? But when we think about it, like, we're on the volleyball team, we're, you know, this recital, that dance, their lives were built around her.
Yeah.
And then when they divorced, it was like they didn't know each other anymore. So just from a counseling perspective, it is a real thing. A lot of couples get divorced later in life because they built their life around their kids.
That's something that you learn. I feel like you have to pay attention to. Like, I know for me, my whole life still somewhat revolves around my kid, but I make more of an effort to really put my husband first and to really put our relationship first. But that wasn't always the case. Like, we've been married for 5 years, and I'm gonna say 3 of those years was like growing pains of centered around our kid, because we couldn't figure out how to parent, how to agree on parenting, and that's on, like,
that's a different kind of thing. But what I will applaud, we're gonna call him Matthew. If his name is different, definitely let him know. We're calling him Matthew. What I will applaud Matthew for not making Tiffany feel bad for wanting to stay.
Yes, I do love that. Was like my favorite scene of the whole thing. My favorite scene of the whole episode was when he was like, all right, I'm gonna go home and you stay. Like, you need the car. Cool. And he was out. Like, he felt like he needed to be there with the baby. Tiffany didn't want to be there with the baby. And he was fine with that. And that's how it should be. You shouldn't have to be, it shouldn't be like, well, we got to go get the baby. No, we ain't got to do nothing.
She was like, I'm happy to be outside. So me, like, I'm really hoping and praying that she doesn't have postpartum. I know the season have been talking about cultural and just political, and a lot of talking about pop culture, a lot of things that are happening right now. So, and postpartum is a big thing that is definitely being spoke about, and a lot of celebrities are coming out about their postpartum. So maybe that season, or maybe next season, will highlight that. But also, I loved how it showcased the new age parent. We're a partnership. We're a partnership. It's not the mom always running. It could be the dad, and he was on the phone like, sometimes she ain't feeling Peppa Pig, you know. And it's like a lot of funny. And like, even talking to some of my friends that have children, it's like, he don't get up at night. He don't know that this stuffed giraffe is her favorite animal, because dads just feel like, I'm just come in on my white horse and I'm gonna hold you for a little bit and then I'm gonna give you back to the mom. No. So he was like, she don't rock with Peppa Pig all the time. Put her on the phone.
Yeah, they be like, oh, you really are not happy. I love that. That is like what a partnership looks like, and I love how
so that's new age parenting. So definitely, if I am ever blessed to have children, I really hope my partner is like, we're new age parents. It's not just on you to do everything. We're a team.
Yeah, like today, I was like, I'm gonna come after high school, and this morning I woke up and I was like, babe, can you homeschool her so I can go do this with Dayahn? He was like, cool. Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. She ain't gonna fail. If daddy gets it wrong, they're gonna be okay.
They're gonna be
all right, so so I love that. All right, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Molly, I was rooting for you.
I was not.
I was rooting for her.
So let's put it on record that last episode of Wine and Waistbeads, Lauren was like, I'm Team Molly.
That's not what I said. I said, I'm Team Molly and I'm Team Issa. I'm Team their friendship.
No, and because you said at the end of this episode, you about to be Team Molly.
I felt it. I felt it in my soul. You felt it in your spirit. I felt like she was going to come through with the come through.
I didn't. Oh, I believe this episode showcased exactly who Molly is. And I had hope at first when she extended her chicken wing olive branch. But then I thought
it was saucy.
It was saucy.
It was a saucy chicken
But then I hated it at the same time. Because you literally knew your friend has been working. This was her big break. You finally saw what your man was talking about. Like, because he even said it, like, maybe this is why your friendship is off. Yeah. She's working so hard and this is her big thing. And to put something this big together, it takes a lot of energy. And she was like, yeah, you're right, blah, blah, blah. So you extended her the chicken wing olive branch, but you extended your last of the chicken wing olive branch. Like, for me, I was just like, if that was Lauren, I would have never gave her just the chicken wing after I was done eating.
I don't accept one chicken wing offering.
One chicken wing offering? That's all. That's your best. The Lord says come with your best. And you bought the chicken wing. It probably had chicken wing bones all around it. And I'm just saying, I would have never came to my friend with like your scraps. You came with your scraps.
She did bring the scraps.
And for me, like, I have some amazing friends, and like highlighting, like seeing these moments highlighted of really trash friends makes me appreciate my friends. I appreciate you.
Love you.
Love you. And so Lauren would have never did that to me. She was like, "Oh, you've been on your feet. You've been working. What you want? You want this? You want this Chipotle? You need this bowl." She would have never said like, "I ate what I wanted out of this, so here you go."
A full bowl. I want to make sure they put
all the fixings.
Yes. So she tried to talk to her, and then the artist came, and she was out, and so. I like the moment where they were wobbling, and you could tell that Issa wasn't really sure.
She wobbled, but
but then you could see like the tension like go away, and they just like had a good time together. And that moment, was the
wobble olive branch.
That wasn't. I feel like that moment was so important because I feel like it shows what happens a lot of times in our friendships where there's a lot of miscommunication happening, and we're avoiding it, and then finally we have a moment where we remember who we are. Like that was their moment of remembering.
We remember
I'm Issa, I'm Molly, and like I love you. That's that wobble baby, wobble baby.
Get in there.
Yeah. And they had that moment where they remembered.
Yeah.
But then it all went out the window.
All went out the window.
That was so like what? I couldn't believe. Okay, so then the moment happens where Molly realizes that Issa went through Nathan to get to Andrew to get her featured artist. And I didn't have an issue with that. Did you have an issue with that?
I didn't have an issue with that at all.
Molly did, right?
Because Molly,
oh my gosh,
Molly definitely spoke to her insecurities. Like, as I feel like a lot of women be like, "Oh, you talking about man? You talking about my man? You talking about man?" She's insecure in herself. She's insecure in the relationship because, like, Lauren's husband, like her and I are friends, and I built a friendship through Dominique through their relationship. So I'll call Dominique for stuff all the time. So Dominique's really into like financial stuff and getting your life together. And so sometimes, he didn't call me broke a few times. So I'll call Dominique like, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking." And you know, as my friend, he's talked to me. But I feel like that speaks to their security in their relationship. You know?
Issa didn't even talk to Andrew straight. She went and asked Nathan, who is his roommate and friend, right? The person that Molly met Andrew through, first and foremost. So she didn't even go straight to Andrew like, "Hey, Andrew." She was like, "Nathan, help me out."
Yeah.
And then Andrew thought it was fine. So he did it. Like, chill, girl.
Yeah, and even even Andrew was like, "Why wouldn't you want me to help your best friend?"
Your best friend. I didn't mean it. And when he was like, "I didn't mean to cause this between y'all," I was just like, but you didn't do nothing wrong. Like, Molly is so, like, she is tripping. Like, Andrew does not belong to you. Like, he is not your property.
But some people feel that way. She's not secure. She's not secure in her relationships because she's had 10,000 trash ones.
You know what it is? She did not want Issa to win. She did not want this block party to go off.
She did not want
Issa
to win.
And that is the bigger issue. The big picture is that if you are a Molly, okay? And so, listen, we all know a Molly. I got a Molly, you got a Molly, you got a Molly, you might be Molly.
You might be Molly.
You might be Molly. And if
You.
you're Molly, there's
You
still
right
hope
there.
for you, sis. There's
So
still
check
hope for you.
yourself
Check
before
yourself.
you wreck yourself.
But there are
Molly.
people in your life who don't want to see you win.
Oh, you know what? There are several people like that. Like, luckily, I hope I don't have no Molly spirits around me because I really...
You never know. You don't know until you know.
don't know, but I feel like I've worked really, really hard on my friend circle.
Yeah.
But how bad does that feel? Like the one person that you've trusted.
She even said, I'm your best friend. Why would I be here? Like, no, but you're not my best friend.
Yeah.
You're a friend of me.
You're a friend of me. And so, and I don't even know. Like, that Molly spirit, that is tough.
That's rough. It's so tough.
That's rough.
It's so tough. It's so freaking tough. And I know we talked about a few weeks ago about not wholeheartedly subscribing to the cancel culture, because sometimes you do need relationships that pour into you, but sometimes relationships are sent to you just so that you can pour into them. It's not always about you getting. So subscribing to the notion that you get rid of anything that doesn't serve you, I think that's trash. But what I do think is that it's even more trash when you have people in your life who don't seek to see you win. They only want to see you like lose, or make you, or you're losing, make them feel better.
With cancel culture, like, I don't know, just from my line of work, I think it's okay to step away from things that don't serve you, especially if you are not strong enough to serve that thing. Like,
I'm here for that.
I do believe that some situations you are meant to serve in those situations, but you have to be mentally there. I also believe
cancel culture, though. I feel like cancel culture is like, oh, this is not for me, or this isn't.
Yeah.
Then I don't want it.
No, it's not. And like, even for me, it's just like stepping into situations, dating or friendship. If I have a disagreement with someone, I literally make a decision in my mind. Am I coming to this situation to reconcile, or am I coming to like speak my piece and go?
Yeah.
Because I honestly feel like some people have it so messed up that like, oh, just because I apologize, we supposed to be thick as thieves again. Apologies do not mean reconciliation. An apology is what it is. Just because I apologize or just because you apologize does not mean I'm good for you, and it does not mean you're good for me.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. Take it for what it is and grow from it.
Yeah.
So I don't think they never had the talk, so they can never really
had the
assess
talk.
like, what do I want out of this situation?
Well, at this point, I don't think that they really need to be in each other's lives, because, like you said before, they've said too many things that you can't take back. But let me not say that, because I think all things can be reconciled, right?
I think
all things can be forgiven. It doesn't matter what it is. You could have broke into my house, knocked me over the head, stole my TV. I can forgive you, and I can let you back in my life. Do I want to is a whole nother story. And so at the end of the day, anytime you're beefing with somebody, the end game should always be forgiveness, okay? And a lot of times, forgiveness is not for that person. Well, no, every time. Forgiveness is for you. Because a lot of times you walk around here, feel some type of way, and that person ain't thought about you, and you know what I mean? And that wears on your own mental being. So it's always about forgiveness, right? But like she said, it doesn't mean that you have to be in my life again. And I don't know if that's going to happen with
And
that.
like recently, I had a situation with someone that literally, we got in, like, it might have been petty. We got into an argument.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was already not feeling where our new friendship was going.
Mm-hmm.
So I just decided, like, this is not serving me. And I blocked her number.
Mm-hmm.
I blocked her number. And so with me blocking the number, she, like, found my work email. She emailed me. Sounds crazy, right?
She's probably watching this.
She probably is. Hey, girl.
Okay.
So she found my work email. She talked to me about it. And then she sent me another message. She was like, I apologize, just to find out that my number's still blocked.
I apologize.
And like, it was just like, okay, that's the perfect example. Like, forgiveness does not mean reconciliation. She thought just because I accepted her apology on things, we were gonna pick up where we were. No. I knew like where I was mentally, where I want my relationships to go in my life. Unfortunately, that relationship was not serving me, and so I had to cancel it.
Cancel. So yes, okay. It is okay to walk away from things that just aren't gonna work for you, but Cancel culture with cancer culture.
Cancer.
Cancel.
But that
cancer. Cancel
it
culture
is
would
cancer
say.
culture. It is because it
Cancer it feeds off the carbohydrates of your life.
the bilateral, the bicuspid.
And bicuspid. Okay.
Seven poop. Better wipe it off.
Okay. So yes, all right. So let's post some questions for you guys to answer in the comments for us. 1, do you think Issa and Molly should reconcile? 2, where the hell is Lawrence?
Where the hell? Where the hell and what the hell was Lawrence doing that he missed Issa's block party?
3, I think I just had those 2 questions. You got a third question?
Third,
Step and poop. Better wipe it off. Okay.
I don't got no third. I think it's those 2.
Yeah, we want to know.
So reconciliation. Where's Lawrence?
I don't know what's gonna happen next episode.
Okay, so first question. I'll ask it to you. Do you think they should be friends or not? Do you think they should reconcile?
At this point, from watching season 1, episode 1, all the way until now, I feel like I think their relationship is toxic. I think they should forgive each other.
I think it is. They both done some trash.
They both have done some trash things. I think they should forgive each other. I think that they could be friends again if they have a super transparent, honest conversation and they talk about each other's expectations. Because I feel like as a friend, it's also your duty to let your other friends know what your expectations are as a friend. You can't expect people to to know what you need if you don't open your mouth. So they need to have some clear expectations on what they expect going forward.
And it's just crazy how they view each other. It's
they
just like,
do not like each other.
Like
they don't like each other.
They don't like each other. Then it's okay to say we have grown apart. And I think just we as people, we the people value time over experience and connection over anything. Like literally, like I've had friends that I've met within the last year have been better to me than friends I met in like elementary school, middle school. But because I've known that person forever, I still consider them as a friend. But honestly, when you think about it, you don't know me anymore, boo. You knew me.
And that's the issue. I feel like you are not the same person you were when we first met.
Oh,
but I know, but I know that, and I've watched you grow, and I've connected with you at every point. When you listen, do not do this to people that you love. Do not give people the space to grow and then accept who they are after they've done the growing. Like, do not do it to people that you love. It's not fair to them. They get to be whoever they want to be.
They get to be whoever they want to be. And I think we've always been good at accepting each other at each level.
I know.
We've been. Because, like, if Lauren held me to the same standard of 8 years ago, I'm like, dang, girl, I ain't even that same person. Same with her. We have definitely became different people.
Yeah.
Not because we didn't switch it up the game, but because we grew into who we were as women, as business women, as career women. And, like, everything has shifted. And, like, you need somebody that's willing to, one, level up. Because, like, I feel like every time I've grown, Lauren's grown. Every time Lauren's grown, I've grown in some kind of way. You need
Share the growth.
Share the growth. You need people to want to level you up. Even with this YouTube channel, Lauren was like, we need to do this. So,
step the poop,
wipe it off. You know, step, power tap. You need friends to pull you out of your comfort zone. Because me, she's like, you should do this. You should do this all the time. And I was like, But you sometimes need friends that want to pull you up and level you up. Yeah. And I feel like in this moment, Molly has always had the tools and the resources to level up Issa where she knew she was lacking in something. Yeah. And never has.
All she does is talk about it.
All she does is talk about how raggedy this is, how this block party might be a little ghetto, how this
Oh my gosh. Remember that? That pissed me off.
Yeah.
At the fundraiser?
Yeah.
And it was nice. That was a nice fundraiser.
It was a nice fundraiser. It was a really nice fundraiser. Even with all the hookups. Because what they play, my neck, my back.
I always pop jokes like this. Kelly was like, yeah!
Kelly is always with it. Kelly is with the shit.
So good.
Kelly is with it.
Okay, all right. So we will see you guys next week. Make sure you answer those questions. Where's Lawrence? And do you think that Issa and Molly should reconcile?
Where do you think Lawrence is? We didn't answer that. Where do you think Lawrence is?
Oh, I wanted them to answer it.
I want you to have your
I don't
kitty.
know. Not in this episode.
I think Lawrence is gonna show up like an R&B video because it just started raining.
I wanna go. Okay.
It just started raining, and he gonna pop up behind the falafel truck.
I like
or the
falafel.
taco truck.
I like tacos
like a
too.
good falafel.
Ooh, a
He gonna
falafel
pop up.
taco.
Boop, boop. He gonna pop up. And so I'm hoping, I want him to ride in for whatever reason.
Like a
But
white
yeah,
horse.
please let us know.
Mhm.
Thank you for watching another episode. We love
you.
appreciate you.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to the
Confetti
Confetti Click.
Hit the bell. Like this. Share it. Yeah. Talk to us in the comments. We will talk back. And we will see you guys next week. Can't wait to see what happens. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.